Hey everyone, Donna here. Someone who I really love and really care about is kind of quite mean to me sometimes. I think I could use some advice on the subject, so let me know what you think down in the comments. With this person, sometimes if I make a mistake, if I do something wrong, not really perfectly, this person sometimes reacts in a really extreme way and sometimes really, really mean to me in a really hurtful, mean way, saying how could you do that? How could you forget that? How could you make that mistake? Nobody else would have made that mistake. You're so stupid. Sometimes I can be a little bit klutzy, a little tollpatschig, and if I bump into the table, sometimes this person really reacts so angry. I can't believe you bumped into the table again. This is the 10th time you've bumped into it this week. Nobody in the world would bump into a table as much as you. Or if I spill something, it seems like this person has a very short fuse with me that they don't seem to have with other people. I have seen this person interact with lots and lots of other people, and usually this person is really kind and caring and empathetic and loving. Yeah, really understanding and talks people up. Actually, most of the time this person is really, really, really loving and really kind and really caring to me. Most of the time this person is talking me up and telling me how wonderful I am, that they're proud of my accomplishments, but then sometimes they're also super mean to me. Okay, so I'm not sure how obvious I made that back there. The person I'm talking about is me. Unfortunately, I'm the one who can sometimes be really, really mean to me. And I say unfortunately because if it were someone else being mean to me like that, then I hope that I would just say hey person, off. I can't exactly do that. I can't tell me to get lost. I am me. And also, telling myself to f off is mean. Telling myself that would be doing exactly the thing that I'm saying here in this video I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to be mean to me. And as I said, I am not always mean to me. I am also very loving to myself and caring and compassionate. On the other hand, sometimes when I do something wrong, screw something up, sometimes I can really talk to myself in a way that I would not tolerate from anybody else. If Stefan talked to me that way, we would have to have a huge conversation about that. Talking to him saying, that's not okay. If I had a friend whose partner talked to them that way, I would be hey, you don't deserve that. You deserve better than that. And that's how I feel about myself too. I don't deserve the way that I sometimes get so angry at myself for something so little, or I get so frustrated at myself. I don't deserve that from myself. I deserve better. And I know that I can give myself better because a lot of the times I do give myself better. I just don't know why sometimes I don't. The other kind of strange thing that I've noticed is that, as I said, I can tend to be sometimes a little klutzy, a little tollpatschig. That's just, I would say, part of who I am. I do bump into things quite a lot. When I first moved in with Stefan, his bed frame had really awful corners. And I really got to know those corners very well. I was constantly bumping into them. Even though the bed never moved, it was always in the same place. Somehow I bumped into them so much that we actually went out and bought foam little bumpers and we put them on the corners to help save my poor legs. I often bump into things like tables and door frames. I don't really necessarily dislike that about me. It's part of who I am and I'm okay with it. I'm fine with that. And when I am out with other people, spending time with other people, and I drop something, or I bump into a door frame, or I bump into the table, or I knock something over, I laugh about it, and I honestly find it funny. When I'm hanging out with other people and something like that happens, I honestly, within my soul, am laughing and enjoying the moment, and I can laugh at myself, and I think it's funny. I'm not inside harboring some kind of anger at myself for it. No, I'm honestly laughing with the people at me, and I think it's funny. Why is it that when I'm alone, like there's nobody watching? So I'm not embarrassed, I guess, or I don't know, I'm alone and I'll bump into the table. That is when there's the biggest possibility for me to be like, are you kidding, Donna? You didn't see that table there? Yeah. So I don't know why that is. I really wish that I would always treat myself the way that I treat other people, the way that I actually do treat myself when I'm hanging out with other people. Yeah, sometimes, most of the time I'm really nice to myself, but I do struggle sometimes. Kind of harsh, setting too high of standards for myself that I would never set for anyone else. If you have any thoughts, advice, your own experiences with this, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you. Speaking of like tollpatschig klutzy, that is why my phone has a strap and a cover. My camera also has a strap, which I have around my wrist right now. Stefan, there is a photo from when we were in Madeira where he's just holding the camera without the strap. I'll post it here if I find it. Oh my God, just looking at that picture makes me feel so uncomfortable because I can't imagine holding the camera like that without a strap. Like I'm just here in my kitchen and I'm using my strap. These are the kinds of things that I have to do because I do have some klutzy tendencies. But anyway, other thing behind me, there's some delicious cookie dough balls. I'm having some guests over today and I thought it'd be nice to have fresh homemade cookies, and to make that easier, I actually made the dough yesterday and I froze them in little balls like this so that today all I had to do was get the balls out of the freezer, put them on the tray. Now I'm gonna put them in the oven and they're ready to go. And they're actually pretzel chocolate chip cookies. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you might already know I love like the sweet and salty food combination. These are chocolate chip cookies with a little bit of hard salty pretzels. Hello, good morning. It's the next day now. Woo, woo. Okay, I'm on my couch. It's Monday, but Stefan has vacation this week. He has off from work this week, so we're taking the week a little slower. We slept in a little bit today. Right now, Stefan is getting a haircut, and I was editing the footage from yesterday and doing some email stuff. Oh, that's right. That's what I wanted to show you. Something else with my whole, like, sometimes I'm a little klutzy, sometimes I'm a little tollpatschig thing. I have something funny to show. This here is a normal door frame. This is a door frame in our house. And it's got down here these like, well, for me, like super dangerous metal hole things. That's where, when you shut the door, that's where it shuts into. I have no idea why, but on this door frame in particular, I kept catching my fingers in that area and really scraping my hand on the metal edge. So we covered it with blue tape so that now when I come in the room and I go to turn on the light, I don't scratch myself. Of course, now we can't actually close the door to this room. It has to always be left open because we have the tape on the door frame there, but you know, safety first. Stefan has a haircut.
Yeah, fresh haircut, so we can film more videos now.
Because you got your haircut? Hello, hey there, it's Tuesday now and it's Oktoberfest time in Munich, so I thought I would pop into a Dirndl and talk about a few Oktoberfest things. I know that in other countries and other cities around the world, there are also Oktoberfest celebrations taking place. Is there an Oktoberfest celebration where you live? Is it a big celebration or something small? It might just be like a celebration at a specific pub or restaurant. Have you been to an Oktoberfest celebration anywhere in the world? And was or is the Oktoberfest celebration that you've been to or where you live in October or in September? Because actually the original Oktoberfest here in Munich takes place mostly in September. Even though it's called Oktoberfest, that name is a bit of a misnomer because most of the event actually takes place in September. Although I guess you could say it's like celebrating into October. This year, there's actually quite a bit of Oktoberfest in Munich in October. Today is the 1st of October, and Oktoberfest will keep going here in Munich until the end of the week. Some years, there's only just like a very few couple days of Oktoberfest in October. The rest of it is in September. The next thing that I wanted to mention is the Dirndl. So I'm wearing a Dirndl right now, and this outfit is basically made up of 3 pieces. So I've got the blouse here, I've got the dress, and then I've got the apron. Interesting thing about the apron is it matters where you tie the bow. It's not just about tying the bow and you're done. No. It matters where. If you tie the bow on the right side, that means you're in a relationship. If you tie the bow on the left side, that means you're single. And now, okay, I believe I've got this right. If you tie it in the middle of the front, I think that means like who I'm dating, or if I'm dating anyone, it's basically none of your business. Do I have that right? Let me know in the comments. And if you tie it in the back, that could mean you are a widow, could mean you're a server, I believe, or that could mean you are a virgin. That's quite a lot for one bow in the back. That's a lot of symbolism there, you know, for tying it in the back. Overall, I like wearing the Dirndl. I feel very comfortable in the Dirndl. I feel very womanly. It really accentuates some woman parts, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I like wearing the Dirndl overall. In some Dirndls, they can be very tight. This one I feel very comfortable in, very, very comfortable actually, but some Dirndls, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. However, the blouse is tricky for me. I have a lot of trouble ironing the blouse and getting it to stay like not wrinkled. I think some people have like a specialized iron or ironing board for ironing the blouse, but I do not have that because I don't. You know, why would I have that? I don't wear Dirndls that often. I try ironing it with a normal iron and ironing board, and it's really tricky. It takes a lot of time. And then I put on my blouse, I put on a jacket, and it just like wrinkles up the blouse. So yeah, the blouse is a struggle for me. And the third thing that I'd like to mention, these things. So these might look to you like just clothespins, and they are clothespins, but these clothespins have my name and Stefan's name written on them and cute little hearts. We got these actually at a wedding here in Munich. They were used to mark where people should sit at the dinner, but they're also really popular at Oktoberfest. You'll often see like the server with a clothespin here on the Dirndl or on the Lederhosen. In German, clothespins, the word for that is Wäscheklammern, but there's actually a Bavarian word for this, or a couple Bavarian words. I found them online. I don't know how to say them, so I apologize in advance to any Bavarian speakers watching this. I found that for the clothespins at the Oktoberfest with like the name, they can be called Glibberl, or Glibbel. I know I'm pronouncing that totally wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you speak Bavarian, what you call these things with the little name on them. Okay, my arm's not long enough. Can you hold it? So my question for you is, have you ever worn a Dirndl or Lederhosen? Do you like wearing Tracht like that? Have you ever been to Oktoberfest? And any thoughts on self-compassion, self-love, and self-empathy? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.